Hello, my name is Reagan Eggers, and I am here to teach you a 60-minute yoga vinyasa class for my Karma Yoga series with my vinyasa teacher training. I always practice with 2 blocks, so please feel free to get the props that you need for class. Today I'll cue with 2 blocks, so you'll definitely want to have something similar to a block nearby, maybe a book, or if you do have blocks, go ahead and use those. I think that's it. So first things first, let's just check in with ourselves and start our class. So we're gonna start today's class in child's pose. Bring your big toes together to touch, knees out wide. Nice, and then you'll slowly lower your torso onto your mat. Reach your fingers towards the front of your space. Let your forehead rest on your mat. And breathe. Settle into your space. Just take a moment to be present with your own body, with yourself. Finding 60 minutes in a day is seemingly impossible at times. To focus on your body, to focus on your breath. So when we have that time together, we'll move intentionally and really allow ourselves to be present, to make the most of that time. Keep breathing. Start to tune into your inhales and exhales. As you inhale, your breath travels up the length of your spine, all the way to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, your breath travels back down your spine, and your belly shrinks to your spine. See if you can fill all the way up, creating a 360 breath. Your ribs expand, your back expands as you inhale. And as you exhale, your ribs shrink down and your belly hugs in. So really firing up your low core muscles. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. If it's part of your practice, you can create Ujjayi Pranayama. As you inhale, you'll fill all the way up. As you exhale, you'll seal your lips. Constrict the back of your throat, make an HA sound as you release your breath. So it's a breath that you could hear. Ujjayi Pranayama means victorious breathing. Nice. You can always come back to this posture, child's pose. Always come back to your breath throughout class. If ever you need to, it's here for you. And of course, your breath is here to guide you as you move. We'll take one more big inhale here, one more big exhale. On your next inhale, we're gonna rock forward to a tabletop position. Your hands are stacked underneath your shoulders, your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna round our spine up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin to your chest for cat pose. As you exhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Cow. Exhale. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Again, moving with your breath, just tuning into your body. Noticing the mobility of your spine and how you are feeling today. If it feels good, you can start making organic movements. Maybe you roll your belly from side to side. If it feels good, you can windshield wiper your hips or make big rolls or circles with your hips rather. Sending your hips back to your heels and up around to your wrists. Just finding some organic movement. And once you still that movement, we'll find a neutral tabletop. So again, lengthen through the crown of your head. See if you can find those low core muscles and hold them in. Almost like you were wearing a corset that was wrapped around you really tightly. So you may not be able to see that engagement, but you definitely feel it on the inside. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, we're gonna tuck our toes, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. On our first downward facing dog of class, you can pedal out your knees, bend your right knee, bend your left knee. Lengthen your spine. You do that by pressing your mat away, unshrug your shoulders. So instead of straightening our knees, which often rounds our back, what we want to do is keep a slight bend in your knees and find a long, long straight back. Again, keep squeezing your belly in, engaging those lower abdominals. As you inhale, we're going to come to our toes, lift your heels off the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, take a bunch of little baby steps all the way to the top of your mat for a forward fold. So your feet are about hips width distance apart. Let your head be heavy. Let your torso just kind of dangle over your thighs. You can interlace your hands at your elbow creases and we'll just rock from side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. From here, we'll lower our hands back down to the earth. Heel toe your big toes together to touch. If you're pregnant or nursing a back injury, perhaps you'd like to keep your feet about hips width distance. I'm going to keep my feet big toes together today. As you inhale, we're going to halfway lift. Hold and breathe here. Just take a moment to find your alignment. Just like we were in tabletop, you want to have a long, straight spine. So you might need to unshrug your shoulders. Send your tailbone towards the back of the room. Send the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Remember that your neck is a part of your spine, so you don't want to be looking up. Look straight down. One more inhale here. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. One more time, hold and breathe. Feel your feet firmly planted on the earth. Feel your low belly, your core muscles squeezed in as if you were wearing a corset. So we're really starting to think about our core muscles today and how much we engage and move them throughout our lives, throughout our practice. Your core is the center of your body, an incredibly important part of your day-to-day movements and your yoga asana. Inhale, exhale, you fold forward. On our next inhale, we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time to standing. So let your arms dangle, let your head come up last as you stand tall on your mat. Again, focus on your feet pressing into the earth. And then work upward from there. So you engage your legs, engage your core, lengthen through the crown of your head. From here, we'll extend our fingertips down towards the earth, mountain pose. Nice. Take one big breath here. As you inhale, we're going to reach our arms out to the side, up overhead, palms meet at the top. As you exhale, we're going to cactus those arms, lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Take a baby back bend. So you're just lifting your heart, looking upwards. Inhale, come back to mountain pose. As you exhale, fold forward, straight spine as you go. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands, step back to high plank. Hold and breathe here. Just take a minute to, again, feel your hands and feet firmly planted on the mat. Again, feel your low belly, your core muscles really snuggled and tight. You have options throughout class today. So your first option, of course, is to take a chaturanga as we vinyasa in class. For chaturanga, you'll shift your weight over your wrist, bend your elbows just 90 degrees. As we inhale, you'll roll over the tops of your toes, keep your legs engaged, lift your heart, lift your gaze for upward facing dog. And then roll over the tops of your toes for downward facing dog. If that ever feels like a lot to you, you always have the option to come down to your knees. Take your chaturanga from here. You can skip these all together if that feels more appropriate for you today. So we're in high plank. Take one more big breath in here. As you exhale, shift forward. Bend your elbows for chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale here. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, lift your heels, come onto your toes, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen that spine. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. As you exhale, cactus arms, lift your heart, baby back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Nice, keep going. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, think about your core, fold forward. One breath to one movement. As you inhale, you reach up, mountain pose. As you exhale, find your back bend. Big breath in for mountain pose. Big breath out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, strong core, strong belly. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Again, find some strength here. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, cactus arms, baby back bend. Inhale for mountain. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Nice, hold and breathe here. Just take a moment to tune into your breath, the rhythm of your movements. You stay in downward facing dog. And breathe. We've been focusing a lot in this class on core, and we'll continue to do that. I just had a baby about 6 months ago who is an all-consuming member of our family. I love him dearly. One thing that I took for granted is my core strength before I had a baby. So we want to make sure to engage it, to use it, to grow it. And even now, if you are postpartum as well, you can rebuild and regain strength in that area of your life. Really, a lot of it is just about your focus, your mental shift to think about those muscles tightening, those muscles growing. You can do that with breath. You can do that with visualization. You can do that with vinyasa. So that's what we're really focusing on today, is like zipping up your core, the center of your being, and allowing that to be what guides you as you move in and out of practice. So from downward facing dog, we'll inhale, lift those heels off the mat, come to your toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, mountain pose, palms meet at the top. As you exhale, draw those prayer hands down to heart center, close your eyes and take a breath. Ground down through your feet. I always going to offer an opportunity to set an intention for class. You can make it whatever you want it to be. For me, obviously this week we're working on core strengthening, really rebuilding and re-engaging in those areas that we often take for granted. Take a big inhale, exhale. As you inhale, we'll reach those arms up towards the sky. We're going to sit our hips back into an imaginary chair for Utkatasana. Nice, chair pose. Shift your knees over your ankles if you can. So more weight in your heels as you lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. Again, inhale and exhale, engaging your core. As you exhale, we'll find drinking bird or diver's pose. Reach your fingers towards the back of the room, come up onto your toes so you lift your heels off the mat once again. Look forward at your space. Find one thing that's not moving. Let that be your point of focus. Let that help you balance and find strength. Nice. We'll inhale back to chair pose. As you exhale, we're going to come to one-legged mountain. Your left leg lifts. Exhale, we'll find crescent lunge. Step back to the back of your space. Breathe in. As you exhale, crescent reach. So same arms as diver's pose. Nice. Inhale for warrior two. Open your arms out to the side. Your front toes face the front of your mat. Your back toes are at about a 45-degree angle. Energetically squeeze your inner thighs together. Let that zip up your core muscles and lengthen through the top of your head. Nice. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, we're going to find rainbow pose, or what I call rainbow pose. You're going to straighten your front foot. Bend your back knee, so you're kind of in a high lunge. With this hand, we're going to draw an arch or a rainbow. Nice. Then we'll come up to the top of your mat for a standing mountain. As you exhale, we're gonna side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, beautiful. Inhale, come to your toes, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, arms out to the side, reach up overhead, mountain pose. As you exhale, drag all that energy to the core of your being, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. As you exhale, sit back into your chair pose. Take a big breath in here. Settle in. Nice. As you exhale, hands to the back of your mat, come up onto your toes, heels lift. Strong drinking bird. Nice. Inhale, you come to standing. Bring that right leg up this time for one-legged mountain. As you exhale, we'll step through to crescent, airplane arms. Reach the crown of your head forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale, come to warrior two. As you exhale, we'll find our rainbow pose. Toes flex up towards the sky. Your back knee bends. Inhale brings you all the way forward to standing. As you exhale, we'll side bend to the left. Nice. Inhale to center. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you plant your hands, you step back to high plank. Strong and steady, find your chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. We'll go through that same series of movement, one breath to one movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. So it's a little bit quicker. Inhale, focus on your breath to mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, you sit weight back into your chair, strong core. As you exhale, we'll find our drinking bird. Nice. Inhale brings you to standing. This time your left knee lifts. Exhale, you step back, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Nice. Inhale, windmill your arms open to warrior two. Exhale, rainbow pose. You sweep that right arm back towards the back of the room. Inhale brings you all the way to standing. Big movement here. Exhale, you fold forward, side bend rather, to your right. Inhale, come to mountain. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, brings your hands to heart center. Inhale for mountain pose. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale here. Exhale for drinking bird. Inhale, you come all the way up, one-legged mountain. This time your right knee lifts. Exhale, you step back, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, rainbow pose. Inhale brings you all the way up to standing. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale for mountain. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Nice, downward facing dog. One more time, both sides. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. As you exhale, draw those hands to the center of your being. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, strong core, chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, drinking bird. Nice. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left leg lifts. Exhale, step back, crescent lunge, airplane arms. Inhale for warrior two. Exhale, rainbow pose, strong engagement in your core as you launch all the way forward to standing. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, draw those hands down to your heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. As you exhale, you find your chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, one-legged mountain. This time your right leg lifts. As you exhale, you step back, crescent with airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two, strong engagement here. Exhale, rainbow. Inhale, you step all the way forward. As you exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Strong and steady, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, stretch that belly. Exhale, downward facing dog, and re-engage. Hold and breathe here. Take a few deep breaths. Just notice your body. Notice the rhythm of your heart, your breath. See if you can really knit those core muscles together. Keep breathing. Nice. We'll take one more big inhale, big exhale. We're gonna go through that again. I'll add a few things on as we go. So we'll keep your ears open as I cue new things. As you inhale, come to your heels, come to your toes, lift your heels off the mat. As you exhale, we'll fold forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. As you exhale, find your baby back bend. Elbows out, lift that heart. Inhale, come to mountain pose. As you exhale, sit back into your chair. Take one big inhale here. As you exhale, we're gonna find that drinking bird. Lengthen your fingertips towards the back of the mat, the crown of your head towards the front of your space. Nice. Inhale, we're gonna come to one-legged mountain. This time your left leg lifts. Hold and breathe here. Take a moment. Then lower your hands, place them on your low belly. Squeeze your belly muscles in. Nice. You can stay right here, just balancing on one leg. If it feels appropriate for you, take your peace sign fingers. We're gonna hook them around our big toe on your floating leg. You can stay right here at any point in time. Just check in with yourself what feels right to you. On your next inhale, we're gonna extend your left foot towards the front of your space. Nice, breathe in. Again, if it feels good, you can hold onto your belly for engagement. As you exhale, we're gonna start to swing your left leg out towards the left, standing really strong. We're not quite done yet. We're gonna bring that foot back to center, rebend your knee, find your standing one-legged mountain. As you exhale, we're gonna find warrior three. So we're gonna kick that foot towards the back of your space, start to tip forward. See if you can keep your hips level to the earth as you lengthen the crown of your head forward. Once you have your balance, maybe you bring your hands to heart center. You can bring your hands back towards your the back of your mat, like airplane arms. Wherever you are, you're engaged, you're breathing, sending energy to your core muscles. Nice. One more big breath in. As you exhale, we're just gonna gently drop that foot to the back of your mat. Find your crescent with airplane arms. Beautiful. Inhale brings you to warrior two. Hold and breathe here. Take a moment to settle in. We've been here many times in class today, so we just want to make sure your alignment feels good. Pressing the earth away with your feet, energetically squeezing those thighs together to engage from the lowest part of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. On our next exhale, we're going to change things up a bit. We're going to take a half moon pose. So for half moon, I'm going to straighten my front leg. I'm going to reach forward with my right hand. I can place it on a block, on the ground, whatever works for you. I like to heel toe my back foot forward just a little bit, rebend my front knee, and then step forward. to half moon. So half moon, your hips are open towards the side of your mat. Your shoulders are open. Strong belly. Inhale, start to peel that left arm up towards the sky. Nice. Let's do a little bit more core engagement here. From here, we're gonna reach our left arm towards the front of your space. As you exhale, we're gonna bring elbow to knee really slow. Inhale, lengthen. Nice. Exhale, squeeze it in, elbow to knee. So working on our obliques here, our TBAs. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, you squeeze it in tight. Keep going, inhale. Exhale. Nice, inhale. Exhale, maybe if you need a challenge, you float that bottom hand off of your block. Keep moving. Nice, we'll finish in 3. Finish in 2. Last one here, squeeze it in tight. Inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, we're gonna find our warrior 2. Inhale here, exhale, this time we'll find Skandasana. So all the way down to the bottom of your mat. Finding a low lunge. It's okay if you're still in a high lunge. Honor your body and your own flexibility. Hands at heart center, take a breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna crawl to the front of our space. Hands frame your front foot, low lunge. Beautiful. We're gonna drop our back knee. Find Hanumasana, or Ardha Hanumasana rather, half splits. We're gonna sit our weight back onto your heels, your front toes point up towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Again, it might feel really good to have some blocks here. As you exhale, we're gonna bow our heart a little closer to our shin. Beautiful. One more big breath in here, big stretch in that hamstring. As you exhale, we're gonna shift our weight back towards the front of our mat. Find low lunge, strong hands here. Retuck your back toes. We're gonna hug our knee into our chest. Find side plank. So we'll roll onto our left foot. Right foot is on top. Reach that right fingers up towards the ceiling. Take one more big breath here. Sending energy to the side of your core. Strengthen, engage. As you exhale, hands frame the mat. Bend your elbows just 90 degrees for chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, come to your toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, sit, find your baby back bend, heart open. Inhale, come to mountain. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, drinking bird. Nice. Inhale, we're gonna come all the way up to one-legged mountain. This time your right knee lifts. As you exhale, you can stay right here. You can bring your hands onto your core just to find your strength. Zip everything together. Peace sign fingers around your big toe. If you took this on the other side, you may consider doing it on this side as well. Inhale, extend that right foot towards the front of the room. You got it. Your next exhale, swing that leg out towards the side of your space. Long, straight spine. Big, deep breaths. Encourage you to focus on your core here to help you balance. As you inhale, you bring your foot back to center. We're not quite done yet. Rebend that knee, find your one-legged mountain. We're gonna tip back to warrior 3. Nice. So again, focusing on your core as the place where you move from. The place that brings you strength throughout your body. A lot of times in balancing postures, it's really easy to get wobbly, but if you think about the center of your gravity or your belly, it's a great mental focus point to keep you balanced. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, we're just gonna gently step that right foot to the back of your mat. Arms reach back behind you, crown of your head forward, crescent with airplane lunge. Inhale, open up to warrior 2. Nice. Hold and breathe here. Just take a moment to scan your body. Give yourself permission to make tiny adjustments. As you inhale, we're going to straighten that front knee. I like to bring my right hand to my hip as I reach forward for my block to find half moon pose. So hips open towards the side of your space, shoulders open towards the side of your space. As you inhale, you find your balance, start to peel that right arm up off your hip. Nice. We're going to reach our right arm forward. One long line of energy from our heel to our toes, from our heel to our fingers. Nice. As you exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, squeeze it in tight. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, you squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in. Nice balance, you guys. Inhale. Thinking of that core as you move through this posture. Let that help you balance. Let that help you breathe. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Just 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Nice. Last one here. As you inhale, extend, find a lot of length. As you exhale, squeeze it in tight. Nice. Inhale. As you exhale, find your warrior 2. Nice. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to find our Skandasana. So your right knee bends deeply, left toes point up towards the ceiling. Take one big breath here. And then we're going to crawl ourselves to the front of our space for low lunge. Drop your back knee. We're finding half splits here. So use your blocks or lose them, up to you. Now flex those left toes up towards the sky. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Find a lot of space in your low back. As you exhale, you fold your heart a little closer to your shin. Beautiful. Now walk your hands back towards the front of your space. Retuck your right toes. We're going to ground down through your right hand as we lift our left foot and place it on top of your right foot. Lift that left arm up towards the sky. You're in side plank, Vashisthasana. Always an option to come down to your knee if that feels more supportive for you. Breathe. If you have your balance, maybe you close your eyes, soften your gaze. Take one more big breath in here. As you exhale, both hands find the mat. High plank position, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows for a chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe here. Nice. As you exhale, we're going to sit our knees down onto the mat. Untuck your toes, sit your hips back onto your heels. Hands on your belly. And breathe. Just take a moment before moving on to the next part of class to be present with your breath, your body. Notice the mobility you've created. Notice the strength that you've created just by moving and breathing for a few minutes together. A lot of times when we stop moving, our brain starts to go a million miles an hour. So what we want to do is be with it. Allow those thoughts to come and go, no judgment, just being present with yourself. A lot of times we don't like to put our hands on our belly. It's a very sensitive space. Have lots of judgments about what it should be or what it should look like. But allow yourself to just be. Notice that every breath you take makes you stronger. You feel your aliveness. Perhaps you breathe in, I am. Breathe out, I am. Use that as a mantra to keep you present. So still sitting on your mat, it's okay to release your hands. We're gonna blink our eyes open and practice a little bit of pranayama, breath of fire, Kapalabhati breathing. So in order to do this, you really have to like engage your core muscles. So I'll teach you how to do it, and then you're more than welcome to practice with me. So in order to do Kapalabhati, you take a big breath in. You exhale forcefully through your nose and allow that to bring your next breath in. So you inhale, exhale. I like to place my hands on my belly for feedback. Again, what you're thinking about doing is blowing almost like you're breathing in and out through your nose very, very quickly, very, very forcefully, and engages your whole abdominal region as you do it. Almost like you're blowing out candles on a birthday cake. So sit up really tall. Again, start with a big inhale. As you exhale, seal your lips, blow out through your nose, and continue. Finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close your eyes, normal breathing. Just notice the fire, the churn you created in your belly. We're gonna practice that 3 more rounds. So I'll sit with you this time. Hands on your belly, if that feels appropriate to you. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, breathe out Kapalabhati. Finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Relax your breath. Relax your posture. If it feels good, you can take your hands off of your belly for a moment. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. We're going to move right into our next round. As you take a big inhale, as you exhale, Kapalabhati, begin. Finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, you guys. One last round left. So take a couple inhales and exhales just to reset. Inhale here, prepare for Kapalabhati, and exhale forcefully. Think about your belly, think about your core, creating some heat and engagement across your whole belly. Take a big inhale, exhale, complete. Nice, you guys. So Kapalabhati is an energetic breath work. We do it really to just knit our core together, to breathe with force. So we want to really aliven that breath. And so what we're doing by focusing on our belly is really waking up our core as well. Nice. So if you have had a baby recently, this is something you can do every day for a few minutes a day, really just to kind of re-knit things together. So definitely encourage pranayama. All right, so we have done so much with our core. We're gonna do a little bit more, so bear with me here. We're gonna start on our back, so you can just roll over your legs. As you inhale, we're gonna lift those toes up towards the ceiling, flex your feet back towards your face so you're in a waterfall position. As you exhale, we're gonna point our toes, lower your legs just about 25%. As you exhale, flex your feet. Inhale, point, exhale, lower. Inhale, flex, exhale here. Inhale, exhale. Nice. You can stay right here if it's in your practice. Maybe you come down to a hover, just 1 or 2 inches off of the mat. Inhale brings you all the way back up. As you exhale, flex your toes, lower just 25%. Inhale here. Exhale, you lower. Inhale here. Exhale, you lower. Again, an option to stay right here. This is a lot of work on your low belly. As you inhale, you can come all the way down to a hover if that feels good. Hold in for 3, 2, 1, and lift those legs up towards the sky. Nice. Take a big inhale here as you exhale. Last time through, 20% down. Exhale down to 50. Inhale. Exhale, your feet are 75% off of the mat. Exhale, lower down to your hover. Inhale brings you back up to center. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Nice. I'm going to grab onto the back of your thighs, rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. So we've done a lot of work, like I said, on our core. So what we want to practice today is a balancing posture that takes a lot of core work, a tripod headstand. So definitely something that you can incorporate throughout your practice, throughout your life. I will teach you how to get into it and how to engage your core throughout it. And then you guys, of course, can practice at home. So for me, what I like to do is create a basket with my hands. And I'm going to put that basket right, I guess, where my ponytail is. So the crown of my head is on the mat. The basket is right behind my ponytail. My elbows aren't out wide. My elbows are in right underneath my shoulders. My shoulders aren't shrugged up, but they're down towards the earth. So that's the starting place. Of course, you're going to do this inverted. So another thing that I like to do is take a block and squeeze it in between my thighs. What this does is really engage that low core, your adductor muscles. So I'm going to create that basket. And you can always do this up against a wall as well. Actually, why don't I go ahead and do that for you guys today? So up against a wall, and you're going to get a rear shot here. I'm going to put my head down onto the earth, press the mat away with my elbows. From here, I'm going to come up onto my toes, just like you're in downward facing dog, heels up, and then walk your toes in towards your hands. This is enough. You don't have to go any farther than this if you don't want to. If you would like to, you can pick up one leg, engage by squeezing that block. You can pick up the other leg. This is a great place to be. What our goal is to stack our hips over our shoulders. So squeezing the block helps to engage your core and help to stack your hips over your shoulders. Nice. Once you have this, if it feels good and safe on your neck and on your body, you can start to lift your legs up towards the sky. Squeeze that block. Hug in your low belly. Beautiful. Exhale, come down the way you came. Squeeze that block. Drop your feet onto the mat. Gracefully return to your seated position. So you guys, please feel free to practice. Practice now. Practice on your own time. We'll give you a few breaths to kind of work through it. Again, you create that basket grip above your head. The crown of your head is onto that long, straight spine. Squeeze that belly in. And then start to squeeze the block and pull your hips up over your shoulders. Honor where you are today. If that means that you're just, finding your head placement, that's great. Beautiful. So we'll finish up that practice with our tripod headstand and make your way back down to the mat. Nice. From here, we're going to just find our downward facing dog. So hands on the mat, hips up towards the sky. Take one big breath in, one big breath out. As you inhale, we're going to lift that right leg high, 3-point pose. So your hips are square to the mat. As you exhale, we're going to hug your knee into your chest, step through, low lunge. Right away, we'll find our crescent lunge. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Squeeze that belly to your spine. As you exhale, we're going to find warrior two. Nice. Inhale for star pose, heels in, toes out. And as you exhale, we'll take a wide-legged forward fold. So you bring the crown of your head a little bit closer to the earth. You can stay right here. This is a great place to be. If you have a tripod headstand in your practice or you're wanting a challenge today, option to create that basket grip and create a tripod headstand here in this posture. Nice.
If you're in your headstand, slowly make your way back to a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna walk our hands towards the short edge of your mat, find your low lunge position. From here, we'll find lizard lunge. So we're gonna untuck our back toes, heel toe your right foot out to the long edge of your mat. And as you exhale, we're gonna rest our forearms onto a block, onto your mat. Just allow your body to be heavy here. Just stretching out your hips. Your breath is natural. Nice. From here, we'll come up onto your hands. Retuck your toes. We're gonna lift that right leg up and back one more time. Option here to bend your knee, stretch your hip. As you exhale, both feet onto the mat. Inhale, you lift that left leg high. As you exhale, hug your knee into your chest up through low lunge. Nice. Inhale, peel up for crescent lunge. Hug in your low belly. Lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, we're gonna find that warrior two. Reach in equal and opposite directions as you inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out, reach up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Again, options here to take a headstand. If you need to kind of recalibrate where you are and how you're doing it, if you need to grab your block, feel free to go for that as well. I'm just gonna enjoy an inversion. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, we're gonna walk our hands towards the short edge of our mat. For lizard lunge, heel toe that left foot out to the long edge of your mat. Drop your back heel, untuck your toes. Option here to stay where you are. Let your head be heavy. You can come down to your forearms. Just take a moment to breathe. Allow gravity to do the work as you kind of sink into this posture. Let your hips widen up a bit. Beautiful. Balancing always requires core strength, I should say. And I think that's very true off of the mat as well. So when you're juggling lots of things, trying to balance your work, your life, your physical abilities, what it does, you need to be centered. You need to have a strong core of your being so that you can start to branch out and do things that are a little bit more challenging. So yes, we need strong core muscles, but metaphorically, we also need to have a strong center of self, so that we can be well-rounded and balanced people. We'll take one more big breath here. As you exhale, retuck your back toes. Lift your knee off of the mat. Ground down through your hands, lift that left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, flex your hip if you want to. As you exhale, we're gonna square those hips down to the mat. Again, we're gonna sit our hips back onto our heels, bring your knees down, untuck your toes, hips back to heels, sit up tall. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Nice. Just shift your hips over towards the side. We're gonna swing our feet out in front of us. So your toes point up towards the ceiling. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knees. What we wanna do is have a straight back. So inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, we're gonna fold over our long, straight legs. Create length in your back. If it feels good, you may reach past your toes. You may start to bow your head closer to your shins. On your next inhale, we'll start to walk our hands a little closer to our hips. We're gonna take a wide-legged forward fold in a seated position. So you just open your legs out towards the side. As far as you feel comfortable, as far as they will go, sit up really tall. As you exhale, we're going to start to walk our hands forward. Keep your toes pointed up towards the ceiling. So you feel a big stretch across your groin. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your hips. We're going to grab onto the backs of our thighs. Bring your knees out towards the side, the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Press your knees down towards the earth. Use your shoulders, use your grip on your foot to press your shoulders down towards the mat. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to round forward this time. So bringing your forehead a little bit closer to your toes. As you inhale, you come back to center. Sit up really tall. We're going to close our knees like a book. Soles of your feet on the mat. Knees point up towards the ceiling. From here, reach forward towards the front of your space and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time to a lying position. So preparing for bridge posture, we want to snuggle your heels a little closer to your glutes, maybe so that you can touch the backs of your heels with your fingers. We'll take a big inhale and a big exhale. Press your feet into the mat. On your next inhale, we're going to start to peel your hips off the mat and press them up towards the ceiling. Option here to grab a block and place it in between your thighs. I'll go ahead and do that. And again, we're creating some core engagement by squeezing that block. Oftentimes what happens here is our knees splay open so that they're a little wider than our hips, and we want to keep them engaged. As you exhale, we're going to slowly lower down. Nice. 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift those hips up towards the sky. Hold and breathe at the top. See if you can visualize your breath just like we did at the beginning of the class. Inhale, rising up the length of your spine. And as you exhale, your breath falls back down to the base of your core. Inhale and exhale. We'll slowly lower our hips down to the earth. One last time here. On your next inhale, we'll press the mat away with your feet. Lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Fill all the way up to capacity. Hold and breathe. Option to interlace your hands behind your low back if that's part of your practice. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your heart so you can lift your heart a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Nice. We'll slowly lower down to the earth. Release your grip if you have one. Remove your block if you're using that for engagement. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Option here to roll, rock side to side on your low back, just massaging your spine a bit. And you breathe here. Beautiful. We'll take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to find supine twist. So your hands will be at T position, or you can cactus your arms. As you exhale, we're going to drop our knees over to the left. You can look up towards the ceiling, or if it feels good, you can look over towards the right. And breathe. Let your breath be natural. Give your body signals that it's time to slow down, that the work of class is done. It's time to stretch and rest. And we'll hug our knees back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze. And on your next exhale, we'll send those knees to the right. Option to look towards the left or look straight up towards the ceiling. And just give yourself permission to slow down. knowing that the work that you've created, the churn, the heat you've created in your core today is perfect. No matter where you are, it's good. On your next inhale, we're going to draw those knees back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then we'll find happy baby. So you grab the pinky edge side of your feet, draw your knees down by your sides. If it feels good, again, you can rock from side to side. You can extend one leg, extend the other. I always encourage you to close your eyes, to shift your gaze internally in class. And be really present with yourself and what you need. We'll take one more big breath here. As you exhale, we're going to squeeze those knees into your chest one more time. Hug them in tight. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll find final Shavasana. So extend your legs long onto your mat. Heels point in, toes point out, or flop out rather. Arms by your side, palms face up. Take any adjustments you need to be perfectly comfortable. You can place your hands on your belly. You can adjust the back of your hair. Stay lying down. I'm going to sit up for Shavasana. And our final resting pose. An opportunity just to take stock of class. Let go of any struggles that you might be having, whether that's with your core or with balance or anything that you might be carrying. Let that go. Let your body be really heavy and your breath be natural. I will guide you out of Shavasana when it's time, but until then, just rest. Start to bring attention back to your breath. Letting your exhales and inhales be a little fuller. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of your belly, the center of you. On your next inhale, we'll take a full body stretch. So you reach your fingers towards the back of your space, your toes towards the front of your space. Maybe you even arch your back off the mat like you were waking up from a very deep sleep. And as you exhale, we'll squeeze those knees into your chest one last time and roll onto your favorite side, your left or your right, for fetal position. And just take a moment to pause here. Grateful for our ability to move and breathe, to share energy, to create focused attention and focused effort, to better ourselves physically, mentally, and be more present with the things that we are developing. For me, obviously it's rebuilding my core. But for you, it may be something else. And I always encourage you to consider that as you take this practice off of the mat. When you're ready, you'll press yourself up to a seated position, facing the front of your space. Ground down through your sits bones, lengthen through the crown of your head, hug in your low belly just one last time.
Gonna reach your arms out to the side, up overhead. Your palms meet at the top. As you exhale, we're gonna draw your prayer hands, your intention down to your heart one last time. Inhale here. As you exhale, gently bow your chin to your chest. I'm gonna draw those prayer hands up to your forehead or your third eye space. We'll bow together. Namaste. Thank you guys again for practicing with me while I journey through, rebuilding my body after my first baby, and it has been challenging and wonderful all at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed class today. I can't wait to teach you again, and until then, take care and bye.